Oh, geez, Rick, just get your shit together, Rick. Just get your shit together and put it in a bag. Just go to the shit store and get rid of your shit, Rick. Oh, geez, Rick. Oh. Welcome to Quarter Case. You're in the hobby corner. I'm your host, your interplanar hooligan, your council of decks, your best friend, Deck. Today, let's start a rumor that Malifaux is collaborating with Rick and Morty to give us the Rick and Morty Nightmare Box. Am I wishlisting? Am I starting a rumor? I don't know. Maybe it's true. In another dimension, it's probably true. Malifaux already has the concept of interdimensional travel, so this show pretty much writes itself. I was thinking about this because of like Street Fighter 6 came out, and it's like a tradition in fighting games to do these guest characters. So, you know, like Smash Brothers and like Soul Calibur had Darth Vader and Yoda. They had Spawn. So in video games, you kind of have this idea that like non-video game characters will like come into a video game and it's like kind of cool. And they'll usually have rules about if those are like cool for competitive play or not. But I haven't really seen it done the other way going into like tabletop games as much until recently, where Magic the Gathering did like Godzilla recently, and then this season they're doing the Secret Lair that's like the Street Fighter Secret Lair cards. So cool. And I know what you're thinking, like, oh, but Deck, like, what about that Dark Souls board game behind you? Or like, yo, Deck, what about that one-off Kickstarter Street Fighter game that came out? And it's like, yes, like, they make board games from video games sometimes, but the reality is that the impact of that whole Dark Souls board game, the impact of, like, that one Kickstarter Street Fighter game cannot compete with the impact of even just printing one Ryu card for Magic the Gathering, because Magic the Gathering is a great game, and it has, like, such wide distribution. And just making a game from scratch to try to compete with that, even with the whole franchise behind it, it's not going to compete. So, Malifaux and Rick and Morty. I was thinking that you could probably go one of two routes. There's either like the Nightmare Edition box route, where it's just like a reskin of an existing master, or actually the guest character kind of route. Let's explore kind of the guest character route. Like, what if, you know, because I was talking about how in Soul Calibur competitive play, sometimes the guest characters wouldn't be eligible because of availability. So, similar to Dead Man's Hand in Malifaux, maybe you do this guest character route with the Rick and Morty crew box, and they wouldn't be competitive play eligible, but they would have their own like unique and cool mechanics. And the crew box would come in like some format and that would allow you to like get up to 50 soul stones, because like thinking about faction, I don't really think there's like necessarily a good faction for like Rick and Morty. It's definitely not like Neverborn. It's not the Guild. It could be Arcanists, maybe. I think Resurrectionists, it's not Resurrectionists, but kind of I think the mechanics of Resers kind of like actually is what would work. Maybe it's more of like an Outcasts kind of thing. Maybe that's what it is. So I thought about this a little. So your master would obviously be like Rick Sanchez, and then maybe your henchman could either be another Rick or it could be a Morty. And then basically you could have this like the portal gun could be a mechanic, and Rick can shoot his portal gun. So you can like summon pretty much, and then it opens up a portal, and depending on your flip, you either get like a Morty or a Cronenberg, and there could be like a pretty sweet mechanic for like what kind of Morty you get, or if you just need a Cronenberg, I don't know, but I think that would be pretty cool if there was kind of like an element of random there. And then just imagine like table full of Mortys, and you could have other models, like your enforcer would be like Ice-T, show us what you got. And then you could also have other minions like Meeseeks. That might be the way you get up to like 50 soul stones, is you just like sell a bunch of Meeseeks and Mortys models, and then all of these, basically all the whole crew just functions on Meeseeks and Mortys. And then Meeseeks is kind of interesting too, because like when Meeseeks fails, then they start to multiply. So what if you like summon a Meeseeks model and it like does an attack action, and then if it fails, it summons another Meeseeks with an upgrade that says something like it basically specifies an original Meeseeks, and then like if any of the summoned Meeseeks finally succeed in attack action, then like all those Meeseeks disappear. It would be like insignificant, because then it would be too powerful if like you did schemes and stuff and it just like every time it failed a scheme it just multiplied. It would have to be like an attack flip that it does itself, or like a tactical action. But I'm guessing you probably just give it like attack actions or something, and then if it fails it, then it summons. I think that would be pretty sick. So that would kind of be like the guest character, like unique mechanics kind of box route. There's also like the Nightmare Edition box where like they could do like a reskin, and that's where maybe like I think there's a couple options in terms of reskins. So I think Ramos is like a pretty good option already, because he kind of already looks like Rick. He's got like the hair and he's got like the long coat and stuff, and then he's already a summoner. So maybe just like instead of summoning the little mechanical spiders and stuff, he can just like summon Mortys. And then for the Arachnid Swarm or whatever it's called, where they can combine. You basically get like the Morty swarm, and they can like combine into the Morty Cronenberg. That would be pretty cool. And then there's also the you could go like again the Rezzers route, like Nicodem. I think that would be pretty fun because like they do have that one episode where like Morty knows that he's buried his like own dead body in the dirt in the backyard. So like flavor wise, it would just be like Nicodem just summoning a bunch of like dead Mortys and like those coming up out of the floor. So I think like actually Nightmare Box. Dude, they could probably do a Rick and Morty Nightmare Box for every master. And like because of the interdimensional flavor of everything, it would just work. Oh, jeez, Rick. So I mean, obviously like the reason to do these collabs is to like cross-pollinate audiences, you know, so Street Fighter versus Tekken, then those two communities kind of come together. I don't necessarily know that Rick and Morty has anything to gain from collaborating with Wyrd. It would just be really, really sick. Like it would definitely put Malifaux on the map if like Rick and Morty was just like a part of it. Maybe this is one where like you sculptors out there, I'm gonna, you know, hit me up in the comments. Let's make this happen. I don't care. I'll get slapped with the cease and desist. You know, give me the C&D. Let's make these Rick and Morty models STL files, and let's just start proxying my Dead Man's Head Nicodem Ramos Rick and Morty game. Just homebrew this motherfucker. This joint. That was our video today. That's enough faffing about, as people have been saying. Hope you had fun. Please subscribe. We love you. You're desperate. Goodbye. Ah.
I am ready to subscribe again.